It's uncomfortably cold. Not bitterly cold, but uncomfortably. Just cold enough to make you wish you brought gloves when your breath is barely visible. It's the late fall equivalent of those drizzly days when you can't quite decide if it's worth taking out your umbrella. It's nostalgic. I pace back and forth to clear my mind, but it doesn't work. It's been years since I've seen him. Years. I should be excited, but something feels off. Gosh, it's cold. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Was he supposed to be the star of the football team? An emotional wreck? Just another guy? There's no way he's forgotten everything that's happened. I was struck with the strangest feeling when I talked to him the other day. He was memorized, but his eyes were empty. It was like staring through frosted glass, virtually opaque. But I can't lose focus yet. I just wish I could shake the feeling that he isn't who he used to be. I guess 3 years is a long time. Mark, look, we're finally here. Where are we going again? What? It's what? Actually, I forgot now. It's Rika and I forget the witch. Beatrice? Yeah, I think it's Beatrice. Feel free to browse, everyone. New customers are always appreciated. Pa or Nipa. Nipa. Yes, you'll be amazed. We have an endless amount of products. It's time. It's time. The Golden Land awaits us. Just so I'm clear, this is a store, right? Well, yes. Okay, just checking. Well then, I don't really want to ditch them, but I consider the possibility of what's behind those doors. Oh. You know, most of these, well, the first option anyway was either be a weeb, well not be a weeb, but like be curious about the otaku stuff, I guess anime stuff that these two are participating in, or just run away from them, basically. But well, you know my decision. Alright, I'll bite the bullet. Kick common sense to the curb and what have you. I'm going in. Yeah. I think I've heard Lucas mention that game. Maybe they're lining up for pre-orders? As I wandered the back of the store in search of wherever Rin and Lucas vanished to, I stumble upon bits and pieces of a conversation. I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome! Pre-orders are going up next week. I hear the TV station site has an exclusive pillow cover too. Huh? I even know a guy who can get it across the border for you. I'm out of here. A gust of cold breeze strikes my cheek. The hell? I look up and find myself outside. Daydreams are a powerful thing. This is literally a photo. You know, this background right here? Literally a photo of a mall. Anyway. Of course, well, I assume most visual novels kind of do that. Oh, actually, it's not, because I'm looking at this Starbucks cafe. It's not coffee, it's cafe. It's not the real Starbucks, right? So I'm not gonna be. There's no one's gonna sue, right? Anyway. Okay, what now? The air cools my lungs with every breath, but it's refreshing in its own way. It isn't too late yet, but the sun is already starting to set. Refreshed, I decide to take a scenic route back to the mall entrance. Did I just catch a glimpse of a UFO? Bigfoot? Oh, no, sorry. It's just daydreaming Lillian. No. Hey, Mark. Strange to see you out on a Saturday. Shopping with Rin, I suppose? She blurts out a barrage of words. I might regret asking this, but what were you thinking about just now? Nothing you need to worry about. She tries to glare angrily at me, but I can't quite say that's working. It wouldn't happen to have much to do with that shopping bag on the bench next to you. Of course not. Anyway, what are you doing out here? This isn't exactly the weather for lounging. It's not the weather for strolling either. You're as sharp as ever. Me? Sharp? I'm not like this around everyone. What? Is there something on my face? Well, no, it's just... that sounded more coherent in my head. See? I'm only sharp around my slow-witted friends. I wouldn't go out of my way to... Slow-witted? So that's what she meant. Sorry, I didn't mean to... I laugh a resigned laugh. It's alright, don't worry about it. I know you weren't implying anything. Alright. Sorry. You don't need to apologize. It's futile. Anyway, let's go for a walk? Sure. I'm just about fully rested. Right. Let's go. I look away unconsciously as my stomach flips itself over. I can't believe I sat there for so long. It's cold. Yeah, it is. Rin and I almost died this morning. What? It's nothing you need to worry about. I guess some stories are better left untold. Though that reminds me, my head seems to have stopped hurting. We can go inside if you want. I'm sure they'll be able to find us. No, it's alright. Besides, it's a nice day, don't you think? Yeah, I guess it is. I fidget with whatever I can find in my pocket. How are things going with the library committee? Oh, we haven't had anything much to do for a while. Things are winding down for the holidays. And I suppose you have no need to worry about midterms? Well, I usually spend about an hour of day studying, so there's no need to worry about tests. Schoolwork is easy once you study regularly. I know what she's going to say, but before she even says it, shouldn't you be worrying about your tests, Mark? I'll get through it somehow. Wait, let me explain. You see, some people are born hardworking and others aren't. I happen to fall into the latter category. That's your explanation. She shouts and hits me on the head. Literally. You know, if you don't work hard now, you'll never be able to get into a good university. And if you don't do that, you'll never get a good job. Then you'll never make good money. Doesn't this bother you even a little? Well, I guess you could say that it bothers me a little. It really doesn't bother me at all. You're doing badly enough as it is. What would happen if I weren't here to keep you on your toes like this? I'd probably be sleeping on the roof at school and playing video games at home, actually. You'll probably sneak on the roof at school to nap your classes away and waste your time at home on games. That's what you'd be doing. Okay, you got me. Good. Honestly, you'd be helpless without me. Then I suppose it's a good thing that I have you around. Huh. Silence. The crowd, the traffic, the constant droning of nature all disappear. You're right. It really is a good thing. But if you seriously want to repay me, all you have to do is take care of yourself. Right. I take in a sharp breath of cold air, just what I need to cool my cheeks. You should come over. Anytime this week is fine. You can come over and I'll help you review. Oh, sure. That will help. That's fine with you, right? Yeah? My voice vanishes in the puff of condensation as the sun strikes my eyes, and... Hang on. I shouldn't lie to you. I'm not only asking you over to study. I open my mouth but nothing comes out. It's just like it was with Myra. Constraining, suffocating, dizzying. There's something I need to tell you. You don't mind, right? No, I mean... Or maybe I shouldn't. It'll make things more complicated and... It's okay. I'll listen. I squint in the sunset. I hear her, silently. Are you sure? Won't this be a burden on you? Am I making the right choice? Are you sure you're ready to face your past? But in the end, it's probably just the sound of my own monologue. Thank you, Mark. The words turn to condensation before I can hear them. I think I might really need your help. I'll protect you no matter what. That line crosses my mind, but of course I could never bring myself to say it. I'll do what I can to help. As if it were all nothing more than a daydream, she steps toward me and the world starts spinning again. I'm still not sure what I'll do, but I appreciate it if you could come over. Even though it's only as a favor. Don't worry about it. Besides, I always owe you favors, don't I? I mentally whine about the weather as my feet kick at the frozen dirt. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I talked to a friend about schoolwork and she invited me over to study and... Ugh. Why? Why her? Why not her? Ouch. A bruise materializes on one of my knuckles after I punched the bench. Unsurprisingly. Screw it. This is a waste of time. I try to push myself off the bench. But... Leaving already? That voice. I should be surprised, but somehow, it feels like the most natural thing in the world. Myra, what are you doing here? I could ask the same of you, but I won't. Let's drop the subject. Her smile is a few times more soothing than a punch to the bench. Actually, now that she's here, maybe I can get some information out of her. You know, Myra, I forgot to ask. It's a nice evening, don't you think? The weather again. I guess I can't deny that. I'm glad you agree. Shall we go for a walk? Well played, Myra. You're good at changing the subject. But you're not teleporting out of here this time. So, have you read any good books lately? I wonder why she didn't seem this cheerful when we first met. Sorry to change the subject, but are we lost? We ended up wandering around the park after we left, but the trees seem to have closed in around us. Now that you mention it, you've got to be kidding me. So, Have you read any good books lately? You've gotta be kidding me. Kidding? You mean you didn't like anything that came out last month? She can't be that dense, can she? I'm not really into modern literature. Oh, so you prefer the classics then? She beams at me innocently. I almost let out a sigh. No, I meant I'm not into reading in general. Sorry. What about movies? Movies work too. Well, let's see. There was that horror movie with the zombies. What was it called again? That's not very specific. I saw the one with the Spartans. That was pretty cool. She lifts her foot as if to kick me into an abyss. Well, if you're ever bored, you can borrow books or a few movies from me anytime. My father pretty much has an entire library in our basement. Oh, that's right. So you're interested? More importantly, your father. You're interested in my father? No, not that. I mean, your father. Who is he? She looks a little uncomfortable. Well, I suppose I'm partly to blame for that. Are you stalking me, Mark? Pot, meet kettle. Oh, okay, wait. Let me start over. What I'm getting at is, what's your family like? Is that really the kind of question you need to think about? Or what kind of house do you live in? Where do you live, for that matter? Do you have any siblings, then? What school do you go to? Mark, why do you want to know all of this? This time I sigh audibly. Okay, time for plan B. Well then, let me tell you outright. I have virtually no idea who you are, and yet you seem to know me pretty well. Isn't that odd? I guess. Then let me put it this way. I figured that, in order for us to continue seeing each other, and for me to help you, I should try to get to know you better. It would make it easier for you to find what you're searching for. For us to regain our lost time is what I was thinking, but... Oh, I see. Sorry. It's just that I was warned by my parents to be wary of strangers. Strangers? If we're strangers, then how did you know my name before we even met? Jackpot. I wonder. Or not. That'll be my little secret. One of many. By the way, you live with your sister, right? Ren? Yeah, I've been taking care of her because our parents spend a lot of time at work, although sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you spend a lot of time at work? You know what I mean. I'm kidding. And hey, it must be nice to have such a caring sibling. I smirk as I remember why can't I say the word? Plethora? I smirk as I remember the plethora of threats and special attacks she's come up with over the years. I don't know why. I always struggle with the most random of words. I don't know why. It's probably because I read the words. I've read the words before, but I've never read it aloud. So, anyway. It's not as nice as you think. Sure, she can cook and do household chores, but when you have to explain to your teacher why your sister showed up in class yelling, "Look, Oni-chan, my friend taught me how to do the God finger," it can be quite the hassle. Hey, I think we help. I think, as siblings, we help each other, you know. Myra chuckles at my misery. Well, I guess it's pretty funny in retrospect. Still, she cares about you. You should be happy. That smile is almost enough to make me forget my original mission. Almost. Why do you say that? Are you an only child, Myra? Sort of, I guess. Do you know what a yes or no question is? Well, it's a complicated situation. Ah, I see. How so? I wonder when she'll realize I'm more patient than her. Ah. Well, you see, my family isn't quite an ordinary family. We're different. But not so different that we're not ordinary, you know? No, I don't. To put it simply, it's like walking home from school and having to decide between going to your small 2-bedroom apartment where your parents treat you kindly, or your uncle's mansion filled with books and electronics and everything else, except that you'll be all by yourself. Kinda like that, except different, because I don't really have an uncle and my parents don't live in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's what you call putting it simply? So basically, I try to summarize her story so far and realize I haven't learned a single thing other than where to go for free books. Confused? Don't worry, a lot of people have trouble understanding me at first. I wonder whose fault that is. There's no rush though. We've got our whole lives ahead of us. She teases a smile out of me. I admit defeat. But if I ever want to talk to you, what should I do? I mean, walking all the way to school at night is kind of impractical. Do you have a cell phone or anything? Don't worry about it. Contacting you will be my job. It's what I do best. Stalking me is what you do best? Don't make it sound like a crime. I won't even bother. But really, is there anything you want from me? Our eyes meet and I see something. I was mistaken the other night. This girl isn't angelic or ghostly at all. She's very, very human. I don't want anything specific from you, or anything tangible. I'm just happy that we can finally be together. But is there anything that you wish for? Maybe. She bites her tongue, pondering, as if choosing the course of her life. All I really want is for things to stay the way they are. I'm happy. Well, if that's the case, I'll do my best to help you fulfill your wish. I promise. Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Mark. It was a pleasure indeed. Mind giving me a little warning before you show up next time? Just leave it to me. Sorry, this might be important. I reach into my pocket and look down at the display. A squirrel darts up a tree in the corner of my eye. It's from Rin. They're probably wondering where I am. Hey, Myra. Myra? I know what to expect before I look up. In that case, you better keep your promise. Find me, okay? You better find me. I make my declaration to the backdrop of snow-covered trees. You know, ironically, even though this game is taking place in wintertime, it's actually pretty hot right now. It's not that hot, but it's pretty hot. Probably because I soundproof the room, so it keeps the temperature pretty warm, which is not great because I'm sweating a little. So I had to open the window, and hopefully, like, outside noise doesn't get picked up by the mic. I don't know. Anyway. The twilight sky slowly fades. It's gotten really late, really fast. I'm walking toward the subway station where I agreed to meet up with Rin and Lucas, but everything keeps looping through my mind. Myra. I don't trust her. I can't and I shouldn't. But considering how things turn out, I should be more happy. I still don't know where she's from, or how she knows me, or... Well, I really don't know anything. I don't know anything, but she's less of a mystery. Maybe meeting her wasn't such a bad coincidence after all. Maybe. Day 3. Coco. Monday, December 13th. The sky is red. Too red. But it's not blood red, not what you expect from a horror movie. It's deeper, duller, emptier. The air's thick, like walking through water. I hate it. A slim figure stands before me, obscured by the sea of light. She stands silently. Speaking is not her specialty. She only watches. But she's very, very good at it. It kills me. The world is still, the future predetermined. No matter how many times you watch a movie, the end stays the same. Her mouth moves. She doesn't speak, but I know what she's saying. And I begin to fall. But I'm glad. At least this means I can escape. With an excruciating gasp of icy breath, I open my eyes. I roll to the other side of the bed and check the time. I still have half an hour before I normally get up for school. Just a daydream. Oni-chan, I'm going on ahead. The morning passes me by. I've got to meet with Lucas and talk about something important. Don't forget your stuff for the project. And with that, she shuts the door and scampers off. Project? Crap, I did have a project to work on today, didn't I? Oh well, it's just Lucas. He won't care. Refreshed from the chill of the winter air, I stroll into school feeling oddly carefree. There's no use in worrying after all. And there's Lillian. Suddenly, Myra drops down the priority list of things to think about. Alright, just stay calm, composed. Hey Lillian. My words echo awkwardly in the empty hallway. Off to a good start? Oh, hey, you're early today. Rin is still at home, I suppose? No, she went on ahead. I think she had to discuss something with Lucas. You didn't see either of them this morning? No, not at all. Lucas is usually early too. They're planning something. They're definitely planning something. Well, I suppose it's their business. And I can tell when Rin is doing something I'd rather not know about. That's pretty much every day, isn't it? Anyway, they might be gone for most of the day. Guess we don't have much else to do. Oh. I guess you're right. And this is why two introverts make a bad combination. What are you reading? Oh, it's a sci-fi story about clones that don't know they're clones. Then they find out that they are clones and get all angsty and existential. That's a fantastic description. Thank you. But well, doesn't that describe every sci-fi novel, plus some vague dystopian metaphors, I guess? You're sort of right, but the story is wrapped up in a love triangle and... so it's a romance novel. Never thought you were the type. Well, it's not... What do you mean by that? Hmm. You know, you never really asked me what I read, so you shouldn't be so surprised. I know, I'm sorry. More importantly, you're enjoying the book? Yeah, I am. It's bittersweet, but I think there's something admirable about the heroine's courage. She's willing to face pain for a chance at happiness. Sounds like the kind of thing a fictional character would do. Well said. Didn't get to finish the chapter? It's alright. I can do it later. See you at lunch then? Alright. Something rises in my throat and chokes away any words that could have followed. As you can judge for yourself from this chapter, the monetary policy that was in place during the... Another day, another dull history lecture. I'm bored. Let's look outside. It's because of this mentality that I never get anywhere in school. It's a bright day, but also a normal day. That won't do me much good. Say, is that Lucas? I see a figure lying on the snow, taking some sort of wide-angle photo of the field behind the school. The figure also happens to be wearing Lucas's jacket, hence the deduction. This is more unusual than it seems. See, Lucas isn't a photographer, he's anything but a photographer. The thought of him going out of his way to create art that can't wear twin tails is absurd. Then again, he's a pretty absurd person. Later that decade, technological advancements allowed. Guess I better try to pay attention. History, economics, money, spending money, presents, holiday season. Oh crap, I haven't bought a single Christmas present yet, have I? Lillian. She's not picky, so anything should be fine, but I want something more than just fine. This is dumb. Lunchtime arrives after a short but painfully dull class. But something is odd. I look to my left. Nothing. I look to my right. Nothing. I look in front of me. Still nothing. Where is everyone? Could Rin and Lucas possibly be planning something that occupies even the lunch break? Well, peace and quiet isn't bad. The only downside is that it'll just be me and Lillian. Right. Where are the others? Good question. That's odd, isn't it? We're talking about Rin and Lucas, of course it's odd. So I guess you never figured out what they were planning. Well, I can't quite say that I figured it out, but I made an interesting observation this morning. Observation? It wasn't as much of a observation as it was a random coincidence. You see, I was looking out the window during class. Anyway, I was looking out the window and I saw something interesting. So what happened next? Did you go outside? No, but I kept looking and there was this strange guy lying on the ground taking pictures. Why do I get the feeling you're trying to find an excuse for not paying attention during class? I'm not lying, really. I should write that one down. I can't say that I know where you're going with this. Well, I think the guy was Lucas. Why? Because he was wearing Lucas's jacket. I'm slightly worried about the answer to this question, but could you not have jumped to the point 3 minutes ago? Oh, here's an idea. Why don't we go look around? He must have been taking a picture of something, right? Normally, I would say no, but it isn't like him to skip school. I'll come along. Alright then, to the winter wonderland of the back of the school. Wait, we're going outside. Can't we just look from upstairs? Forget windows. Let's go see the real thing. Wait for me. I grab onto Lillian's arm without thinking and pull her towards the staircase leading outside. It only occurs to me for a moment that neither of us have our jackets. Mark, it's freezing. How far was he? He was right here, but the hills were partially blocking my view, so we'd have to go a bit further to be sure. Didn't you say you were curious? And she falls silent. I guess I was right. Just a bit more. Over one last hill. A few more paces. Ha! We made it. After a perilous trek through the dark side of the school, which took a total of 2 minutes, we arrive at a peculiar sight. It's a snowman. You sound surprised. No, not really. I just thought there would be something more. Knowing them, you expect some sort of hidden joke or ulterior motive. Oh, maybe there is one. Maybe? It's kinda cute. Lillian wraps her arms around a humanoid lump of snow. Weren't you freezing a moment ago? But it's so cute. Come on, just look at his puffy body and cartoony eyes. It doesn't matter if it's made of snow. Hey, he's more than twice your height. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Still, doesn't it make you feel all warm and fuzzy? You look good together. I'm happy for you. I get the feeling I shouldn't ask what you're thinking right now. No worries, I won't get in the way. Oh, you just don't understand what it means to like cute things. Maybe I would if I saw anything cute in a pile of snow, shaped vaguely like a human being. Killjoy. I think our hands are cold. Okay, I think I'm back now. Well, thank God, I thought you were gone for good. Ouch. So you think the guy was Lucas? I'm pretty sure. I'll ask him, but there aren't many people who do strange things for no apparent reason. And you think he was with Rin, right? I doubt he'd do it by himself, and he's not the type to have a mysterious girlfriend. Mysterious girlfriend, Anyway, I think it's safe to say that the two of them are desperately trying to dry their socks right about now. You're probably right. We should head back too, before someone gets sick. Will that someone be the one who went on a snowman hugging spree? It was only one. That's barely a spree. So it was an isolated incident of snowman hugging. Duly noted. Alright, what now? No, it's called lunch break for a reason, you know. We could just eat lunch, but where's the fun in that? There's not much fun in eating, I suppose. Exactly! Why don't we take a walk around the school? Maybe something exciting will happen. Exciting? Will I regret if I'll ask what you have in mind? Probably not, since I don't really know what I have in mind. I regret it already. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Anything's better than sitting still. I can name a few things that are. Like what? Like eating. I didn't think you'd be the type, Lillian. How gluttonous. I have a 700-page book in my bag. So, shall we eat then? I was gonna hit him with the book. Anyway. Alright, fine. I'll leave it up to you. Let's search for whatever it was you wanted to search for. I knew you'd understand. Now I just have to figure out where to go. Did you finish the story you were working on? Not yet. I made some good progress the other day, though. The protagonist is a bit whiny, but I'm not sure what to do about it. Isn't everybody an insecure teenager at heart? I bet insecure teenagers are insecure teenagers at heart. Not sure about the rest of us. I'll refrain from thinking about which category I belong in. It's a tricky problem to deal with, but I'll figure that out. Too bad midterms are coming up. Midterms. That's right. I knew there was something I had to do today. You were supposed to come over and study, weren't you? It's sad, but true. You know you can't escape. You have to start working now unless you're serious about failing. Normally, I disagree, but at this point, I think I really do need to study. You know, by 10th grade, you should be... wait, what? Did you just say what I think you said? Something about pigs flying? But you said it right. I wasn't hearing things. I said that I really do need to study. Her happiness has physically manifested itself around her head. Well, what can I say? I suppose I've matured. I can't believe it. This day, the 13th of December, shall be etched in the annals of history. At last, you take your first step on the path to adulthood. I could have been like this all along if I wanted to, I just didn't want to. Oh, that's true, but looking at your previous grades, a revelation like this really could be a turning point for you. Turning point? You know, it's not like I'm a failure or anything, I'm just... Hang on a moment, how exactly did you see my previous grades? Well, let's just say that Rin and I are on good terms. In any case, it's alright if I come over today, right? Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to it. Is something wrong? I'm fine. Really. Mostly. It doesn't matter. Let's eat. You're right. I'll meet you later. Sure. You're early again. Are you sure you're not forgetting anything? Well, we all have to grow up sometime, you know. Punctuality is valued in an adult world, or so I hear. You're right. Now, if only I could get Lucas to do the same. Oh, that's gonna be an uphill battle. He's devoted from the inside out, but only to the things he wants to devote himself to. I still think it's worth a try. If I can only get him to channel that burning passion to something else. Now that's a scary expression if I've ever seen one. Relax. I'm not planning on sabotaging his external hard drive or anything. You know, I can't imagine what Lucas would be like without his unnecessary passion. I don't think even a destroyed hard drive could stop him. Yes, I suppose you're right. You can destroy the man, but you can't destroy the idea. Isn't that a little out of context? Well, maybe. But you know what I'm saying. Pardon the cliche, but it's part of what makes him who he is. Now you can say that. Even after everything I say about Rin and Lucas, I wouldn't be friends with them if I didn't respect them. You wouldn't be friends with your own sister? Well, I take care of her and do what I need to, but that doesn't mean I'd really be friends with her, right? What? Don't look at me like that. I'm not cold-hearted, I just don't feel obligated to force a friendship. Kinda defeats the purpose of having friends in the first place, doesn't it? I'm impressed. I hadn't expected you to think through all of this, Mark. I think more than people. I think more than people assume I do. Or, is that correct? Is that correct grammar? I think more than people I assume I do? Nani? Actually, I don't know. What was he saying here? I think people assume I do? I think enough people assume I do? I don't know, anyway. It's a good hobby. Just as long as you don't space out. I'm still working on that one. She smirks knowingly. 20 minutes later, we arrived at Lillian's house. I passed the commute by talking about the difference between the 2 ham sandwiches at the cafeteria. This is a quite nice neighborhood. You think so? Yeah, as far as neighborhoods go, it's not bad. Can't say I've thought about it. What? You mean you never designed a personal criteria for neighborhood judgment? I guess not. Come on, what's wrong with you? How are you supposed to determine your feelings for a particular neighborhood without coming up with some sort of criteria? You're just being stupid, aren't you? Took you long enough. grab something from the fridge. I'll be upstairs. I walk upstairs and open the door to what appears to be her study room. Is that a plushie? On the side of her desk, besides the usual pencils and erasers and physics formula sheets, lies a large plush toy of a cartoon mascot. There's also anime posters too. Are all your friends just weebs, Mark? I'm surprised you're not converted yet. Anyway, I wonder what she'd do with a thing like this. Wow, how cute. I'm a stuffed toy. Cow. 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 Okay, I really don't think that's what she'd do with it. Even if the mental image is adorable. Oh, this is a bad train of thought. Pulling a chair from the desk, I take a seat and relax. There's a large stuffed toy shop in the mall we were in the other day. I wonder if that shopping bag on the bench was, I see. She really does have a girlish side. Is plushies girly? Plushies are awesome, doesn't matter who you are. No, anyway. I try to keep my mind from wandering by spinning around the swivel chair, but my attempt is futile. I could just image her sitting on this chair alone at night, idly gazing at its plastic eyes. Poking at its fluffy cheeks as she ponders the next sentence to write, sighing as she takes off her glasses to relax. Yeah, this one's even softer and fluffier than the last one. I'm the softest and fluffiest of all stuffed toys. Wow, I'm so lucky to have something this soft and fluffy in my room. Poke. Ooh-goo. Poke. Ooh-goo. Poke. Ooh-goo. I think that came out wrong. Okay, this isn't working. Plan B. Here we go. Spin! Ouch. My knee bumped into the side of the desk. That happens to me way often than I like to admit. Wait, that wasn't just the desk that I hit. It was the side of a drawer. And the drawer slid open. A little peek couldn't hurt, could it? It's not like I'll find anything more than pencils and highlighters. Hesitantly, I stand up and move my head over the drawer, prepared to slide it shut as soon as I see what's inside. Well, there isn't very much to see. Pencils, pens, erasers, the works. But... I've seen this before. I've absolutely seen this before. It's the strangest thing. Finding a bookmark on a desk is the pinnacle of normality, but I know there's something odd about this. Footsteps coming up the stairs. I better forget about this whole thing. My fingers are sore from writing, and my brain is sore from thinking. And it's only been an hour. How do you survive this? Like, literally. How does it not kill you? Well, I only study for about half an hour, but I do it every day, so it adds up. Every day. Homework. Every single day. No wonder I've been a slacker all this time. Dare I ask how you manage to survive with such a rigorous routine? This isn't rigorous at all. It's just you never work that it feels like a significant difference. Your brain is out of shape. I'm starting to think that this whole responsibility thing just isn't for me. 10 more physics problems now. A pencil rolls my way, along with a fresh sheet of paper. And no calculator for you. No calculator? Is that even possible? Oh, I'm sure it can be done. Not that I've ever tried. I really do. I've like relied on a calculator. Doing mental math in my head, I already have a hard time with math, but without a calculator, that's near impossible. Anyway. Darkness. Darkness envelops my mind. My senses are completely muted. My eyes see nothing but black. My ears hear nothing but the painful pulse of silence. All I hear, or all I feel, is a continuous throb within the stillness of the air, repeating, hurting, aching, hurting over and over, like a red blindfold, blinding, pulsing over and over, growing stronger, stronger, until I can't feel my feet, my hand, dissolving, dissolving, red, pulsing, pulsing, red, pulsing, 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 pulsing. Mark? How long was I out for? That expression makes me realize I don't really want an answer. You look like you're about to die. I feel like I'm about to die. There's a novel lying on her lap, as if she only just put down what she was reading and noticed me. Well, you've done a lot today. I suppose it's alright if you stop now. It's alright. Don't you mean that I'll die if I try any harder? To be honest, I'm surprised you managed to get this much done. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Mom. Is there anything wrong with being concerned about a friend's well-being in school? I think your level of devotion just goes just a bit beyond concerned. You have a point. Would you like something to drink? Assuming you don't have to rush home right away. Sure. Water is my first priority. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. No one's home right now, so you can head to the living room. I doubt you want to spend any more time in the cramped study. I'd be glad if I didn't see another study room for the next decade. I'll see how long that dream lasts. Here you go. A mug of hot chocolate for an icy cold day. You really don't have to be this polite, but thanks anyway. Oh, did Bryn happen to tell you anything about the results of the survey the student council is running? No, not a word. Should she have? Well, no. But she should have the results by now. And she should have a report completed on the results. Well, now it makes sense. I'm sorry that my sister is such a slacker when it comes to extracurricular stuff. She usually gets like this at the end of the term. No, don't worry about it. I'm not an official member anyway. Besides, it's not like they're falling behind. Yet. Well, I'm about 99% certain that she's lying around at home, either clicking around on the internet or playing video games, so I can't really defend her lack of diligence. It must be interesting living with someone like that. You have no idea. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? After 16 years, I still haven't figured that out. Chocolate wafts through the air. They must be nice to have siblings. It must be nice to be an only child. Don't you understand how lucky you are? Yeah, I suppose it does have its perks, but it gets lonely here sometimes. If it weren't cold out, I'd be able to hear the raindrops on the windows. You know, if you ever get lonely after school, you could always try inviting people over. I don't know about Lucas and Ren, but I know I've got way more time than I need. I suppose that's true, but I wouldn't want to bother you like that. Bother? Come on, it's me. Do you really think that something like this is a bother? When you put it that way, I guess it isn't, is it? Of course not. You know, we've been friends for more than a year now. You don't need to be so distant. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you ever need it. Thanks. It's a difficult thing to describe, the feeling of being suffocated by silence. It's the classic metaphor that pops up in every work of fiction. Moments that are so simple, so fragile, that they shatter the moment someone opens their mouth. I shatter the moment. I hate to sound like a broken record, but really, is everything alright? You've been acting strange lately. I could say the same to you. What? Really? I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like you've been distant lately. Distant? You know, like even though you're here right now, your mind is off somewhere else. Like you have more important and more urgent things to think about than the everyday happenings at school. Well, a lot has been going on lately, I can't really explain it. I suppose it's been the same with me. Yeah, I've noticed. Mark, I have something to tell you. I hope you don't mind, but I... Go on. I'm listening. She smiles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to say things like this, to push my problems onto you, but... Ever since the beginning of this year, something has been bothering me. At first I ignored it, thinking that it was nothing, but it kept coming back, and every time it returned, it was stronger than the last time. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know how that feels, right? It's been bugging me since then, interfering with my daily life, making me do things that I normally would never do, but nothing's changed. I wanted the feeling to stop, to be honest. I just wanted it to disappear. But that can't happen. No matter what I do, nothing changes. I was at a loss, so I decided to tell someone. I thought that maybe if I spoke my mind, things would change for the better. So why don't you? A shield forms around her eyes. I'd rather not. If you're that afraid, there's no need to hold it all in. Hold it in? No, it's nothing like that. She wipes her eyes. I'm fine, really. My heart hurts, but I can still carry on. The thing is, I'm not sure how much longer I can last. Then tell me, maybe I can help. You can tell, can't you? You know that I've already said too much. As I absorb every detail of Lillian's downcast eyes and forced smile, I realize that I might as well be looking in a mirror. I'm sorry. A car door slams in the distance. Sorry about all this. I'll be fine. Please don't worry about me. If you forget, then maybe nothing will change. Please. I can do nothing but nod in response. The flashing alerts within my heart turn into a dull, painful thud.